Do you want to sleep better at night? Don't tape your mouth. How about we do this instead? Now, this one comes from Casey, and he is out of Columbus, Ohio, and Casey asks the former Athlete Society this: Coach, do you tape your mouth at night to force nasal breathing? Now, Casey, this is a great question. I get asked about this a lot because as soon as people hear things like better sleep, they want the quickest hack, right? And I'm all for shifting from this sort of mouth breathing to nasal breathing, especially during sleep, because nasal breathing does have benefits, right? For humidifying air, filtering particles, improving your nitric oxide production, and just generally supporting things like more stable CO2 O2 exchange. But no, I don't tape my mouth shut, right? I know people who make it work. I've heard about it, I've seen it online, and I respect anybody who has maybe tried it and found some benefit. But for me personally, it's just simply not something I'm willing to do. Now, I'll be honest, my wife probably would love it, right? Because sometimes I do snore when I slide over to more mouth breathing. But there are other options for me that feel safer, more comfortable, and more sustainable. So how about we get into those? Now, what I do use and what I do recommend is a simple, low friction approach to training the system to breathe better at night without taping your mouth shut. Now, the product that I end up using, it's actually called Airwave, Air W-A-A-V, and it's a small oral device. It's like a mouth guard that repositions the tongue and keeps the airway more open, right? And the benefit is twofold. First, number one, it promotes nasal breathing because it encourages proper tongue position. And second, it sort of acts and functions as a night guard for me, and it protects your teeth from grinding, something my dentist continues to always recommend to me, right? Anybody that clenches or has stress or things like that, what coach doesn't, right? That second function is really useful. So instead of putting something over your lips, Airwave is like a mouth guard. It actually sits inside the mouth. And for me, that's a lot easier to use consistently. It's also not a miracle cure, but it does nudge the system towards the right patterns. Now, beyond that, the basics are critical. We need to prioritize consistent sleep timing. So I do things like keeping my room cool and dark. I use a wind down routine where I have low stimulus activities before bed, so my autonomic nervous system can shift towards that parasympathetic mode. Now, if you want to make nasal breathing more permanent, you should add in maybe some gentle daytime practices that reinforce that nasal breathing pattern, right? So short nose only breathing drills. So when I do my zone 2 rucks, a lot of the times I don't breathe through my mouth. I only nasal breathe when I'm rucking. It's like zone 1, zone 2 anyway. So I don't need to breathe through my mouth. And then generally I try to practice anytime I can some slow diaphragmatic breathing inhalations.